Did you stop drinking recently and now you can't sleep? Don't worry, you're not alone. Plenty of people experience insomnia after quitting alcohol, but you made the right choice from a health standpoint. Getting sober is a crucial step toward improving your sleep quality.
A sober night of sleep is blissful, let me tell you.
It won't come easy at first, but we promise it'll be worth it in the end. How many times have you uttered the words, "I'm never drinking again"? Too many, right? But there'll come a time when you really mean it, when this hangover is the straw that breaks the camel's back. Regular drinkers will experience different withdrawal symptoms, from nausea and vomiting to headaches and tremors. But one of the most commonly cited symptoms is insomnia, when it feels impossible to fall asleep and stay asleep. But why are you experiencing insomnia from quitting alcohol, and what can you do to get yourself back on a healthy sleep schedule? Before we look at how quitting affects your sleep, let's look at how drinking itself has an effect. You see, alcohol is a drug that's absorbed into the bloodstream and then broken down by the liver, but there's a limit to how fast your liver can go. So you may have stopped drinking hours before you got in bed, but your body is still working overtime to metabolize and break down all that alcohol. And while you may not notice it while you're sleeping, this process is actually keeping you from getting that restorative deep sleep that you need to function. That's why, even if you're not hungover after a rough night, you may still be feeling a bit tired, irritable, and just plain off. So you may be asking, if alcohol is so bad for my sleep, then why am I having an even worse time sleeping without it? You may have quit drinking today, but your body needs time to adjust. According to the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration, many people report insomnia after quitting alcohol, and that's on top of the other withdrawal symptoms that might keep you up at night.
In those moments at 2 a.m. when you're feeling really crappy, you're like, is this like I remember like I'll lay there, like check my heartbeat, like, am I okay? Am I feeling okay? And then that's when I kind of think about, oh, maybe I should, like, if my body is freaking out, it needs alcohol, to go back to homeostasis or whatever.
You see, alcohol and sleep have a rocky relationship. You might have thought the booze was helping, but it actually had the opposite effect. Alcohol suppresses the central nervous system and slows brain activity. This creates a sedative effect that, yes, makes you feel sleepy. So you'll pass out after a long night at the bar, but your body will keep working to metabolize the alcohol in your system. As you sober up through the night, you're more likely to experience sleep disruptions. We've been studying this stuff since the 1930s, and the results are the same every time. Drinking before bed suppresses the onset of REM sleep, which is crucial to brain development, memory, and feeling well rested. Drinkers might dive bomb into a deep sleep, but they won't move through the different cycles. This creates a vicious cycle of insomnia and substance use. You can't sleep at night, so you have a few drinks. The booze prevents you from sleeping well, and you feel tired the next day. You drink too much caffeine to perk yourself up, but then you can't fall asleep the next night, so you have a few drinks and the cycle continues. According to a 2018 study out of Finland, even one drink can lower your sleep quality by 10%. Since the effects of alcohol differ between people, it's hard to say how it'll affect your sleep on an individual level. But in broad terms, we can safely say that quitting alcohol will improve your sleep quality. Here's why. A study published in Alcohol, yes, that's a real journal, found that the primary cause of bad sleeping after a night of binge drinking was a disruption to sleep homeostasis, or your body's way of regulating your need for sleep. Even after you quit drinking, this disruption can lead to a multitude of sleep disturbances, like insomnia and daytime sleepiness. As mentioned, alcohol also messes with REM sleep. A 2009 study found that alcohol prevents REM sleep during the first half of the night. Once you sober up, your body rebounds into REM, which can cause vivid dreams, nightmares, and fragmented sleep. Quitting alcohol has overwhelming health benefits, but it's not the smoothest road. Research from the American Society of Addiction Medicine found that insomnia from quitting alcohol is 5 times worse than other forms. Your brain is used to alcohol dictating your sleep schedule. Without it, your body has to readjust, which takes a little time. How long insomnia lasts depends on how much you drank before quitting. For light drinkers, it may only last a few weeks. For heavy drinkers, it could take several months.
First night was always chill. First night was fine. Second night, start to feel it a little bit. Third, fourth, and fifth are just awful. Get like 3 hours of crappy sleep, and then the rest is just rolling. Doing somersaults in bed, basically. Sheets getting soaked with sweat. It would start to get a heck of a lot better after like the 5th night. Maybe 10 days of some sort of insomnia.
Insomnia also comes in several shapes and sizes, the most common being sleep onset insomnia, or the inability to initiate sleep. There's also sleep maintenance insomnia, or the inability to stay asleep. and early morning awakening insomnia when you wake up way too early. You'll likely experience a combination of these after you quit drinking. Thankfully, you can adopt plenty of sleep hygiene practices to fast-track your way to better sleep. We know it sucks, especially at first, but the last thing you should do right now is fall back on the booze. The best way to improve sleep after getting sober is to get your circadian rhythm in check. Your circadian rhythm is your body's internal clock. It tells you when to sleep and when to wake up. You probably went to bed at irregular and inconsistent hours when you were drinking. Now that you've quit, try establishing rigid bed and wake-up times, even on the weekends. It might be hard at first, so pair your new bedtime with other healthy sleep habits. Try winding down at least 30 minutes to an hour before bed. That means no stressful activities like scary movies, video games, or exercise, and absolutely no drinking. Do your best to avoid bright lights, especially the blue light coming from your phone and other devices. In fact, try putting your screens away during your wind-down period. We know it's hard, and we're all guilty of doing it, but it's the best thing you can do for natural melatonin production. You can also do yourself a few favors during the day. Try to get as much exposure to natural sunlight as possible. The sun plays a significant role in regulating your body clock, so open those curtains and get outside. While you're out there, find some time to move around. Daily exercise has universal health benefits and will help you sleep at night. But don't work out too close to bedtime or it will keep you wired. Finally, and this is the big one, monitor your caffeine intake. We know it's tempting, but don't try to counter daytime sleepiness with an afternoon coffee. You're just perpetuating another vicious substance cycle.
Nowadays, sober sleep is really great. The routine is the habitual stuff: brushing my teeth, flossing, laying in bed, not using screens, maybe reading, maybe meditation, maybe yoga, and I fall asleep like a friggin' baby. It's fantastic.
If you've recently quit drinking, let me start by saying congratulations. It's not easy and it's certainly less fun, but you made the right choice. But now it's time to focus on sleep. Practice good sleep hygiene, get to bed at the same time every night, and avoid coffee after lunch. Post-alcohol insomnia will pass, we promise. You just have to give it some time. Thanks for watching, everyone. Sleep well.